Thank you so much, Barbara Rubel or Rubel?
Rubel.
Rubel. Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you. So I was almost close. Yeah. So Barbara, you are a speaker, trainer, and executive director at a Grief Work Center.
That's correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
In 2 lines or less, what's a Grief Work Center?
Grief Work Center is an organization that has speakers for those who are experiencing grief and loss in the workplace, whether death-related loss or non-death related loss. And so I'm a professional speaker who runs that organization.
How many speakers?
We have 7 speakers, but I'm right now the main one because of COVID.
Yeah, COVID is everywhere. So you're not letting anybody else talk, or is that?
They're doing it on their own, because usually what I do is I'm a keynote speaker, and then I bring out other speakers for their workshops that are for these conferences and conventions, but there are no conferences and conventions. So right now it's me doing virtual keynotes.
I remember you charge a lot of money. What do you do with that money?
I spend it on things that are meaningful to me, whether it's for myself and my husband and my children, or I donate to organizations and agencies that are needing the money. I'm also a consultant with the Department of Justice. And so I work with a lot of victim advocates, sexual assault, domestic violence, intimate partner violence.
You know what,
so I donate what I can.
I have a hell lot of respect for your work. I just really mean it. Okay. It's not like mean, I'm just saying it because you really kind of help me people to rebuild themselves.
Yes, yes. And I'm a suicide loss survivor. And so I try to donate to suicide organizations, or at least give my time, because so many people, Siddique, are grieving and trying to work. You know, companies are having a major problem with retention. Because employees are so stressed out and they've experienced so many losses this past year.
So when I asked you how young are you, you said very young.
I am very young, but I think I'm young enough to know that when I get old, I'll look back at this question and just appreciate my youth.
Oh my God. I thought I may get the answer this time. However, you are holding your feet and I love it. Okay, that's more important. You know?
Yeah. I think we just have to be grateful that we are healthy no matter what age we are, and that we're utilizing our mind and our body and our spirit and our wherewithal to accomplish the great things we know we can accomplish in life.
100%. Okay, I'm just checking one more thing, then we are ready to go live.
Okay.
And your website is your name?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. I like your work so much. I have a desire to work with you. I have no idea if you have the same desire or not. So
I do, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, because you are also well versed in business and you realize the problem with retention in organizations. So I think we can work well together. Yeah,
we will discuss on some other call, and we will discuss some money together, where we can arrange your keynote speaking, bring a client group and everything. You speak, you take your money and you go, and then we take care of the next one and next one and next one.
I like that. Next one and next one. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. I already know your fees from the last call. Unless it's already gone down, then I'm okay with that, you know. So.
Nope, it's good. I'm being booked into 2022. So and some are actual live programs. So very excited about that.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Any questions on my questions?
Nope.
Okay, let's go.
I read them, but we'll just let it flow.
Looks like you are good at your feet. That's why you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, let's go live. I saw it. Oh my God, this should not start in this start. Okay. Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Barbara Rubel. Barbara is a speaker, trainer, and executive director at a Grief Work Center. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Barbara Rubel. Barbara, welcome.
I really appreciate your inviting me to this program today. Thank you.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
I was in the hospital awaiting the birth of my babies, not one, not two, but triplets, when my husband came into the hospital room and told me that my father killed himself. He shot himself in his head when I was about to give birth to his grandchildren. And that put me on this road of helping employees like myself manage grief in the workplace. That was the first part of my career. But the second part of my career was helping professionals understand ways to help employees like me, employees that were grieving, employees that are stressed out, burned out. And so his death was the beginning of my own journey.
What are the top 3 reasons why people fail?
The top 3 reasons why they fail?
Yeah.
I would say first, they don't know their strengths and they don't know how to put them into practice. Or if they do know their strengths, they're not using their strengths. So I think we really need to work every day to use our strengths, to utilize them. Also, recognize your growth potential. Don't stay stagnated and upset and angry and, woe is me. Recognize your growth potential and do something with that. We're always growing. We're humans and we can grow. Also, I think the third one I would choose, there's so many, but I would choose collaboration, that you are not alone in this journey of life, and that collaborate with other employees, with staff. As in the beginning of this call, you mentioned that we might even collaborate. And so it's so important to meet people who recognize your gifts and to share and to grow and to then put that forward. So that's the mistakes I would say.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
My greatest failure story was not recognizing my own burnout, my own compassion fatigue, and my own vicarious trauma. I was teaching in a course. I was an adjunct professor at Brooklyn College during the week of September 11th. Back then, how do you teach crisis intervention, a master's level course crisis during the worst crisis of all time, when people in New York were all grieving as well as the world? I was also facilitating several different support groups. And I was also a hospice bereavement coordinator holding the hand of terminally ill patients. And that failure was when I was driving home in the car and I knew I could not hear one more story. And if I got to that place as a professional and I'm an expert in the field, then I know that we have to take care of ourselves, because then we can't take care of others. And that was my failure, not recognizing my own need for self-care.
What, excuse me, what are your top 3 success secrets that others can model from?
My secrets. I would say my secrets are being cognitively flexible, being open-minded, having a positive attitude, and being a realistic optimist. As I present programs, I read the research. And so I'm constantly reading the research on building resilience. And so those are my secrets, especially being flexible. I would say that's my number one, having a positive attitude as well.
What motivates you within?
What motivates me? What motivates me is that inner child that I have that keeps saying, do good work, change lives. And I see from the evaluations, I do hundreds through the years. I've done over 500 programs. And through the evaluations, I see that I'm touching the lives of those in attendance, whether they are ones who are suicidal to those who are simply dealing with major stressors in life and they don't want to work anymore, or they're facing life challenges. And when I get that feedback, that motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing.
What is your company's motto?
My motto is be fabulous. That's my motto. Be fabulous, because fabulous is an acronym, and that's my program. F is cognitive flexibility, attitude, boundaries, understanding job satisfaction, laughter, optimism, being united in self-compassion. It is my motto is be fabulous, be the best that you can be resilient, and look within. People are always looking outward for what they need and what they want, and they're never satisfied. But when you look in and are mindful of your own values and what you need, you're going to prosper.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is a professional who is experiencing burnout, compassion fatigue, and vicarious trauma. And they need to manage those stressors so they stay productive in the workplace and they stay in their job.
How do you find your ideal client?
They find me. I'm all over the internet. You plug in Barbara Rubel, I'm everywhere. I think keynote speaker, vicarious trauma, I think I'm #1 on Google. People find me because I am meeting their needs. The leaders and supervisors are recognizing the issue of productivity and retention. Their employees are stressed out, and they know that I'm going to deliver a program where that problem's going to be mitigated.
How do you engage your ideal client?
I think I just started using a podcast one sheet, and it was brand new. I've never done it before, and I put it out there, and within a week I had like 20 podcast hosts inviting me on, and I think that works. Also, I have a speaker one sheet that people use. My speaker agencies, they put it out there as well. But for the most part, I think I'm just creating content on LinkedIn and people are reading it and reaching out to me. I think I have over 15,000, I don't know if they're called friends or LinkedIn buddies or whatever they're called, but it's just sharing of information, sharing of content. And when that content is rich, it invites people to want to friend you, or whatever the term is, depending upon social media.
What are your well-defined products or services?
My products are me, because I'm a speaker, but also my book, But I Didn't Say Goodbye, Helping Families After a Suicide. This book is available on Amazon, and it helps HR and it helps employers understand how to help their employees who are coming back to the workplace. So this book, also I'm in this chapter book, Keys to a Good Life. And it is for coaches who are trying to manage all the stressors in their life. And I also wrote this baby. It is about 400 pages, loss, grief, and bereavement. And I'm in a lot of chapter books and research articles. I write a lot, but my passion, basically, Siddique, is this one, because I am a suicide loss survivor. So when organizations invite me in regarding grief in the workplace, I'm walking the walk with their employees and setting up policies and procedures in their manual that help retain those employees that might leave.
Why someone should buy from you?
Because I think I'm a woman of integrity. I walk the walk, and I truly believe that if we all work together, then we can help employees who are dealing with great stressors in their life, and they need to make money in order to survive. So I truly want to help organizations do just that, keep their employees and help their employees manage all those stressors. Burnout is tough. Burnout is happening everywhere. I have never, in my 25 years of speaking, been this busy. And most of my programs are focusing in on burnout in the workplace and how to manage it.
How do you crush your competition?
Siddique, I don't crush my competition. It's not about the others. It's not about crushing competition. It's about crushing my own past program. It's about crushing the webinar that I did two webinars on Friday, and I did a radio program. Today, it's about crushing that and doing better today. I try to crush my own past and make myself better. It's not about me crushing anybody else.
How do you deliver a 5-star client experience?
Oh, I do that by first creating a needs assessment, reviewing on the phone and through email attachment. I want to know everything about your company, the major problems, the points that are really hurting the bottom line. And through the dialogue and through the conversation and through the committee calls and through the needs assessment, I deliver a program specific to that need. It can't be a broad stroke because every organization is different. I work in healthcare, mental health care, corporate America, victim services. I can't deliver the same speech on self-care to each one because the employees are so unique to that particular field.
How do you use your sales proposals to close more deals?
I don't have that. I just close the deal once I talk to somebody on the phone. They're like, okay, are you available June 15th? Are you available August 3rd? How's 2022 looking? I don't have proposals. I just speak and share my authentic self, and they know what they're getting through the conversation.
How do you convert your clients into your brand ambassadors?
Oh, brand ambassadors. I really love, I love that idea. I think my brand ambassadors are just those folks who have resonated in the material that I bring to them. They can use it. They know that my content is research-based. My storytelling, my lost narrative, it resonates in them. And that when I'm teaching them, they can apply right away. And so just by attending the program, they become a brand ambassador because I not only touch their heart, but I touch their mind, and they know that they can use the material and prosper in life.
How do you handle an angry client?
My clients are very angry. Some of them are very angry at the world. They've lost their job. They've lost their child. Now you have to remember, I'm also a suicidologist, so I deal with a lot of people who have lost loved ones to suicide, working in victim services, lost people to homicide. And so they're not angry at me. What they're angry at is they're angry at the world. And so I handle that experience by helping them find meaning in what they went through, meaning making, and then also helping them continue the bond with their loved one and giving them the tools and strategies to manage those stresses, to manage their losses, because anger is in the world right now at becoming rage. And so we need to be mindful of how we're feeling. And I just get in touch with that not only the anger, that's part of the physical manifestations of whatever they're going through, but they're also dealing with emotions and physical and spiritual and behavioral reactions. So it's not just anger. I might have a client that is so upset they may just want to crawl up into a ball, and I just need to be there for them and give them tools that they need to manage it.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question and a quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes, go for it, Siddique.
What are you grateful for today?
What am I grateful for? Wow. I'm grateful for this conversation, Siddique. I'm grateful that you've given me an opportunity to share my business, my understanding of burnout and stressors, and hopefully people will listen and apply it. I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to help people.
How do you start your day?
I start my day with my to-do list. Before I go to sleep at night, I put 3 items on my to-do list. So in the morning, my desk is clean and I have this sheet of paper with 3 things that I must accomplish before I check my emails and check my messages. So this way I feel like, yes, I accomplished what I really needed to do, and now I'll accomplish everything else.
How young are you?
How young and I mentioned this to you before. I think I'm young enough to know that when I get old, I'll look back at this question and appreciate my youth.
Oh
That's
my
how young I
God,
am.
Barbara, you are at least 18 years plus, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
The rest is all experience and my audience can guess it. Okay, so they are very smart.
They better guess right.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, when I grow up, I want to self-reflect and smile.
What are your plan to achieve your goal?
I think it's just to keep my energy up, because sometimes the world can just knock you down, and hold myself up in a very high standard, just keep seeking advice and learning. I continually read the research and be part of my team and learn from other people, because there are a lot of great people, knowledgeable people with great wisdom in the world.
How will you feel in case you don't achieve your goals?
I will continue to be hopeful that one day I will.
How do you overcome a challenge like a life throws at you?
I deal with each challenge individually, and I think it comes down to two things, Siddique: good planning and self-discipline. Every challenge that we have in life, and there are challenges, small challenges and huge challenges every day, and just good planning. What am I going to use? What strengths am I going to use to manage those challenges? Who am I going to reach out to so it doesn't become a dispositional crisis? And self-discipline. And that's the most important thing, because when employees are facing challenges, they might move to illegal drugs and alcohol, or taking days off from work. And it's about being mindful of self-care.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Oh, I was a mother of triplets, and then when the babies were 3, I got pregnant again, so I had 4 little boys, and my life was rush, rush, rush. And I would say, don't rush, and be curious about everything. Be curious.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I don't think you should ever convince your significant other. Don't prove why it will work. Just make it work. If you have this idea that's going to generate income, then move into that idea. Look at the research, look at the studies behind it. Look at other people, talk to other people that are doing that generating idea, and then just make it work. We don't need to prove ourselves to anyone. We have to prove ourselves to ourselves.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
Oh, my living mentor. My living mentor, Siddique, is my inner child. My inner child guides me. My inner child counsels me. So my mentor, my living mentor, is inside of me, because that inner child knows my history, knows my weaknesses, knows my strengths, knows my goals, knows my values. So although there are so many wonderful mentors out there who I've known through the years, who I've worked with, I would look inward to that inner child who's holding my hand when things go wrong and just cheering me on when things go right.
Why being impactful is important to you?
I think I'm an impactful leader because I know that my strategies are being implemented into the workplace. I know that when I present a program, or I'm offering suggestion and information that's based on research, and it feels so good when I follow back 6 months, a year later, 2 years later, and they're telling me, thank you for what this information brought to us. It's working. And it just makes me feel good to do good. So I have been impactful. It's a good feeling.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Siddique, I've written books. I was in an Emmy Award winning PBS special. I've done a lot of great things, but the only thing I want to be remembered for is being a mom, being a mother to Alan, Matthew, Michael, and Brian.
How can we support you?
How can you support me?
Hmm.
I think, Siddique, if you pay close attention to the leaders and supervisors and organizations, agencies, companies who are struggling with retention, who are struggling with productivity, you now know that you have someone who could provide some insight and help them with their employees.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have you a few words about today's guest experience on the show. Here's my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
Truly, it was a very authentic experience in that the questions allowed me to answer, giving you my perspective, but it also gave your viewers or listeners insight into their own needs. So the bottom line from today's program is that it's not just listening to a podcast host or listening to a speaker ramble on. It's about how can I apply that? How can I adapt it to my world and enhance my business life and my personal life, work-life balance and well-being.
What would you say as a final word?
Take care of yourself. That's the bottom line. We're so busy taking care of other people and dealing with so many stressors. Just continue to look inward, follow your own values, know your strengths, and be mindful of what you need in the moment.
Thank you, Barbara, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes. Barbara, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let me say this. You are not as good as you think. You are better.
Thank you, Siddique. I appreciate that.
Okay, I like to, as said, I like to speak with you. And what time is good later today?
Today, I'm really good today because
okay.
I did everything last week. So today was a day just to catch up. So whatever time I could talk to you now, whatever.
Oh, okay. I wish I could talk to now, right? I really want to talk to, how about 1 p.m. East Coast?
1 p.m. East Coast.
Yeah.
I will be here. Do you want to send me a link? And we can do it this way?
I'm doing it right now. 1 second.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh my God. 1 p.m. is taken right away. Okay. 1 second. No, it's available. I don't know what happened. Somebody selected probably while we are talking. So then released it too, which is a good thing.
Those were very insightful questions.
Oh, I appreciate that. You know, so
yeah,
someone has did their work.
It's all about asking the right question, because that's my whole thing about asking the right question to go deeper, to really learn about someone.
Yeah,
they were good.
My mentor says here you need to learn this is the only lifelong skill we need, which is how to ask the right question to the right person at the right time.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Thank you. Speak to you soon. I already sent you the link. We will be meeting on a Zoom call. Okay.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.